But she's probably younger.
All right, KGB, Easy Paradise, Open Mic Monday. Who's ready? Have your attention, please. 2023.
Do you mind if I ask you to film? Do you mind if I ask you to film? Like if I give you my phone?
Ballroom time here on Monday night, everybody.
I need to get one of
We
these.
got that old New York. You know what happened in this room?
Your phone?
Huh?
Can you film me with your phone?
In the gold.
¿Puedes grabar con tu teléfono?
Huh?
¿Puedes grabar con tu teléfono?
Oh, yeah.
That's
better than this?
Gambling permit was in this room. So we have all kind of crazy karma. Thank you for coming out. First Easy Paradise Open Mic of 2023. Monday, January 2nd. The artistic festival that is the open mic every week. Come every week. It's a residency.
Let's work. Yeah, right there. Where you going?
I'm Matt Proctor, I'm your host. Thank you for signing up. You may have DM'd me on IG through the Easy Paradise, so we may have already been introduced, but we've got a lot of great talent here tonight. A packed house, a packed list. I'm super excited about all the comedy and the poetry and the music. What's in, what's out for 20? I'm just going to start with some ins and outs for 20, because everybody's doing this. In and out lists are very in right now. Ashley's shaking her head already. In, not dividing people based on arbitrary trends. Out, ketamine.
Whoa!
It's bad. No powders, no pills. That's what my dad and uncle told me. No powders, no pills. Okay, well, I'm not really an arbiter of style. I don't like trends. I don't have the money to participate. In, I can't afford to be in or out. Out, therapy.
Yeah!
It's a scam.
Yes!
Just live stream. Speaking of which, in live streaming. It's like therapy. Just get on the internet and do therapy. To Gen Z, they love it. Kids in high school, come to KGB. Okay, come to KGB and do therapy. That's right. At the open mic. That's what we're here for. In, real human beings gathering in meat space. Out, poppers. Alright, it shows that I know the young people. Just reverse the list, I guess. The ins or the. Alright, I'll do one last one. In.
Poppers in.
In.
They have to be in.
The open mic is in. I'm sorry. The Easy Paradise open mic is in, folks. All year. This is only the beginning. And out. Tech. They're out. They're done. All right. Thank you for coming out. That's my ins and outs. The style. I'm an influencer, so there you have it. It is decreed. The laws are set for 2023. 5 minutes per performer. Thank you all for coming out. It's about you. We're going to have a lot of great stuff tonight. I'm super excited. I'm just going to read a poem real fast I wrote January 1st. It's called Therapy Wolf.
Slow is in.
That's right, slow and silent. Go Bucks. Therapy Wolf. Speaking of therapy. New year, new shirt. I'm an Ivy League janitor, C-sectioning Midtown. One girl makes me a crown out of duct tape that says Poet King. One girl calls me the host with the most. Maybe the point of my life is to not be famous. I did my Louis impression and they kicked me off the stage. I miss you most on those days we lost. We convened at a bonfire, went to Marijuana University. I felt like a fucking billionaire. Being idle as a teen, I was rejected by Matt Proctor, a bad Gen Z Woody Allen apologist. This is basically my lore. That's it. Thank you all for coming out. We've got the 2-drink minimum in full effect, so everybody's going to have a good time. It's mandatory. We're gonna get things started with some very funny comedy comedians. This is the stand-up comedy zone right here, just so you know. You come out here. Okay, and this is where the stand-up comedy happens. If you want, you can use the podium, or you can use this kind of free kind of stage right here. I know, comedians make do. They're beautiful. We're going to have some laughs. Let's get it started. Very funny performer, hosts her own open mic. Big round of applause. Easy Paradise. Welcome for Ann Van Epps, everybody.
Bigger than I'm used to. And that happened. Sorry. Hey guys, how are you doing tonight? One clap, great. So I was talking to this guy online, and he was like, "You have beautiful hair," and I was like, "Thanks, I got it from my grandmother's coffin." And he was like, "Ooh, I love dark women." I was like, "I'm white." So you guys, I was walking down the street and I heard this screaming sound. It was like a cacophony of screams, and I was like, "What's that annoying sound?" And I look over, and there were just a bunch of children playing. I was like, I guess I forgot what happiness sounds like. Are you guys having fun? My cat just died. She lived between 15 and 17 years, and we just got her ashes back, and my mom wanted to sprinkle her in the woods, but I just wanted to sprinkle her in my coffee so we could spend the day together. And then at the end of the day, I would either pee or poop her out. I'm not really sure how ashes work or how the digestive system works. What's next for me, guys? Should I get married or?
Yeah, get married.
I know it's not trending, but I don't know.
Getting married 2023 is trending.
Okay, too much talking. I shouldn't have asked. So my sister actually wants to have a baby, and she wants me to be the father. But it's not like that, you guys. It's not like that, okay? We're roommates. Okay? It's just that we have this spare room, and she wants me to put a baby in it. That makes me laugh, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I was like, I could paint the walls a gender-neutral oatmeal because I'm like woke or whatever, and I don't know. I was like, what do babies like? Maybe like a little tiny slide into a little baby ball pit. I know, right? And like maybe like a fountain that only has fruit punch and like Diet Coke for me. I don't know. I just feel like I'm gonna make a great dad. I don't know. I'm just, this kind of stuff, it makes me laugh, and I feel like that's what's important, and you guys are taking this too seriously. This isn't a poem. I know there's a lot of poets here. Alright. So, you guys, when I first moved to New York, I was a lot heavier, and I had a bigger butt. And, oh my God, Anne, you've lost so much weight. Oh my God, thank you so much, sir, for saying that. But I was walking around the city, and it felt like I had like newspaper or something stuck to my butt, and I checked it, and guess what I found? Nothing. There was nothing there. So when I got home, I reached under my pants, and guess what I found? Nothing. I'm so confused. I'm like, am I going crazy? And then I separated my butt cheeks, and I pulled out an entire lettuce leaf. True story. And it was brown. It was brown because it had gone through my body. It was like slippy, slidey through my body. And it must have been kale because it was like really sturdy, The craziest part is this isn't the first time this had happened. Another time an entire raisin popped out. But you guys, I don't eat raisins. meat raisins. So it must have been like a great going in, I think. God, you guys are so tight. That's a banner. Oh my god. Oh man, you guys suck. Welcome to 2023. Okay, I have to go, but before I do, I was going to tell you guys one more thing. So, I took this CPR training course, and I learned how to revive a man. Basically, what you do is you take your pinky finger and you jam it up their pee hole.
Hell yeah.
And then they wake right up. So.
That's for Valentine's Day.
Alright, this one girl has been like saying, who the hell is this person the whole time I've been on stage. So welcome to the new year, guys. My name's Ann Van Epps. Thank you so much.
Hey, Van Epps, everybody. You have an open mic? What is your open mic? Yeah.
I don't have one.
I thought you hosted one.
I'm starting a show.
When is that?
It hasn't started yet.
Okay, well, stay tuned for Ann Van Epps, everybody. Big things in here for 23. The perfect number. All right, thank you. Once again, it's a two-drink minimum. If we could kind of just keep, if people could move in, it's totally fine. I always stand in the back, but if people want to move in, just so we can have a clear way to the bar. We got Josephine working hard tonight. Let's give her a big round of applause, everybody. A two-drink minimum. So let's try to keep an avenue into the bar. And we're going to keep it going with some very funny comedy from very talented. Let's have a big round of applause for Igor, everybody. Igor.
What's up, KGB? Yes, oh my god, I love the name. Thank you for having me. Brings me home, feels right at home. I love it. I know y'all must be thinking, you know, I'm giving you like Virginia or one of them Dakota's vibes, accent, you know, one of those beautiful places where the trees are so tall and teeth are so optional. But I was born in Ukraine. Have you heard of it? And then I am 2 years old and my mom comes into the room and says, we are moving. And I said, to America? She said, no honey, to Russia. I was so mad I didn't know how to get back at her, so I just decided to become a homosexual. Because we know it's a choice, right? High five. No, that's homophobic. Yes, 2023. I did not like Russia. You know, I mean, stealing your election was kind of fun. But I didn't like it. Putin is hot. As in a hot mess. Because Mama, USSR, I don't know, what is she trying, is she here? What is she trying to do? USSR are never getting back together. Somebody needs to tell her, whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, that one and only time I got to vote for Russian president, I looked at the lineup, is that what you call it? And I crossed everyone out, and I said, Stalin did it better. Stalin was hot. Okay, that mustache, love it. But I didn't like Russia, I didn't, you know, people are rude, disrespectful, most of them are bottoms. So I moved to America, land of the free, all the times. I went through this process, I don't know if you know that, do you know what political asylum is? It's when your life is in danger, so you run from your home country in hopes to get a better life somewhere else. You know, a lot of people move here because of religious, political views. I personally moved to America for dick. And I gotta say, so far I'm very fucking disappointed. I go on a date with a man, just to give you an example, and the very first thing he tells me right before dinner even starts, he says, you're from Russia, right? And I said, yes. He goes, is that the one with Stalin or Hitler? I didn't know what to say, you know, I was so confused. I was like, I don't know, bitch, both. I still slept with him, because I'm not above it. You know, he paid for dinner, I needed a green card. You know the story. Speaking of green card, I recently became a United States citizen.
Yeah.
Oh, honey, thank you. The amount of of stress that I went through, the amount of paperwork that I had to submit, the amount of money I had to spend on all of them legal fees, the amount of people that I had to sleep with to pay for all of them legal fees. I am so glad it's over. I don't have to marry nobody no more. It's amazing. Thank you so much. And my boyfriend calls me right after the ceremony. He goes, "This is so exciting. I think we should celebrate." I said, "You're right, this is exciting. I think we should see other people." Just kidding. It worked out a long time ago when I got my green card. And I'm so excited about becoming a citizen. The most exciting thing for me is that now I get to do the most American thing that all of the Americans have been doing since the beginning of America. Now I get to sue people. Yes, I have a list. I'm going to share my list with y'all, and hopefully you can relate. And if you can't, it's fine. I'll just add you to the list. First of all, I want to sue all the bad kissers. Because where the fuck did you learn that shit? Right, thank you. Then I want to sue all of my ex-boyfriends for wasting my time. Just one, I'm very lonely. And then I would love to sue all the country music haters. So pretty much 90% of this room. Listen, people, I love country music. I know, you're probably thinking, you're expecting more of a Ariana Grande kind of guy. But let me tell you something. Thank you, next. Because life is a highway, and I'm gonna ride it all night long. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Happy New Year. If you liked me, please follow me on Instagram at The World of Igor. My friend said, what a stupid ass name. It sounds like an amusement park of some sort. I'm like, yes, bitch, because everyone gets the ride. We're no longer friends. I'm just kidding. He's dead. Thank you all so much. Have a good night.
Igor, everybody. Country music apologist. It's the Fox News. It's a scourge. It's everywhere. But you can't resist it. You can't resist Zach Brown Band and all these Bryan Adams, Keith Urban guys. It's a plague. It's why McConnell happened. Okay, can we get Kels from Hels up here? Is Kels from Hels in the house? Kels from Hels, not in the house. All right. Let's get the very funny, another comedian. Can we get, hasn't been back in a while, but was one of our early open mics. We're so glad to have her back. Susan Jeremy, everybody. Let's have some. Susan Jeremy.
Hello. Happy New Year. How are you? Yeah. So I did something different this holiday season. I joined Ancestry.com. And I found out I'm half Italian and half alcoholic. It was totally a shock because I thought I was only about 60% alcoholic, but apparently it was a little less, and then I just upped that. I found out I'm Italian and Scottish-Irish, so I'm Italian and half cop. Try to work with me, okay? So my mom's Italian, and she's losing her memory. Yeah, she forgot I'm gay. It's really awkward. I have to keep coming out over and over again. And she keeps asking me, where's your husband? So I'm going with it. He's sleeping. He's on vacation. We're divorced. But the movie you ever see, Drew Barrymore, 80s movie, 50 First Dates, right? No memory. So with my mom, coming out is like 50 denials. Like, Mom, I'm gay. You are not. Mom, I'm gay. You didn't get it from me. Mom, I'm gay. Gay. It's because you don't wear lipstick. These are all things she actually said. Mom, I'm gay. Don't tell your father. Mom, I'm gay. I'll never have grandchildren. Mom, I'm gay. It's because the neighbor showed you his penis. As I said, all of these things really happen. So it's been a kind of a stressful week because I fostered a dog. I went to a rescue site and I fostered a dog, but it didn't work out, and I had to bring the dog back because she reminded me of a woman I dated. It was terrible. It's like she was just like this woman. She followed me from room to room. She got all hysterical and started crying every time I wanted to go out. And she kept jumping on my head at 5 in the morning when I was trying to sleep. The dog and the ex-girlfriend. Okay, try to work with me. These are new jokes, okay? This is a new year, new jokes. I actually went back to the rescue site and I did adopt a dog, and I'm very happy. But the dog came with the rescue site's name. You know, they get crazy with all the dogs, so they just run out of names. So the dog's name is Habibi, which, yeah, all right. Are you Arabic? So if you're not Arabic, if you don't know, it means I love you. So, like, I go to the dog park all the time, and I don't feel comfortable yelling out I love you in the dog park, because I'm going to attract every cab driver in Brooklyn. Oh man, this is a wolf group. Okay. Actually, so the guy in the dog park next to me, he's yelling out oyster. He named his dog Oyster. Now, I'm allergic to shellfish. Every time he yelled it out, I got itchy. All right, try to work with me again. These are all new. I can do old stuff, but I'm not going to do that. It's 2023. All right, so what else did I want to do? So I have a poem, because I am dating, and it really sucks. And when you're dating over 50, it's really horrible. My friend's daughter is like, because I'm on Tinder, and she's like, oh my god, I can't believe you're on Tinder. Isn't that a hookup site? Aren't you too old for a hookup? No, I'm too tired for a hookup. But it really does suck, okay? And all the scary people like me, and they're all, you know, really, it's just gross. So I wrote a poem about it, but I have to do it as my bitter lesbian alter ego, okay? Her name is Shauna, all right? Shauna's gonna do it. So Shauna does the bitter stuff. I try to do the happy-go-lucky stuff. This poem is called Swipe Left. Swipe left if you live with your ex and you're off your meds because you're having regrets. Swipe left if you're from the UK and you're in New York often and you need a place to stay. Swipe left if you're going through stuff, don't know where to begin, dating is rough, so you'd rather move in. Swipe left if you say any of these with intent. Life's a journey, each day's a gift, my body is my instrument. Thank you very much, Hudson.
Susan, Jeremy, the poetry, bringing out the poetry and the wig. The performance art, curveball, everybody should bring a wig. It's instant performance art. Just throw a wig on and hell yeah. Try character stuff. I want actors to come out and do monologues. If you just want to do weird energy like Matt Soto or whatever, come on out. We'll be upstairs next week. We are only downstairs this week, so thank you all for coming out. Let's get, is Michael Almanzar here? Yeah. All right, let's have Michael Almanzar, everybody. Hey, Michael.
Okay, we're good. Woo! All right, everybody. Everybody clap your hands. Pop, 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 pop. All right. Everybody clap your cheeks. Pop, 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 pop. Hey, you got the cheeks for it, big dog. I see you. Hell yeah, you're thick. Guys, I like to start my set with a little game I like to call Guess How Old I Am. Are you guys ready to play? Yeah! Yeah! All right, start guessing. I'll guess how old I am.
40.
Yell it out.
40.
Keep going.
30.
Keep going.
52.
Keep going.
52.
Keep going.
27.
How old am I now? Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
30.
Keep going.
30.
I am 26 years old. What? I am young and ugly, the opposite of a MILF. High five. Yeah. All right. I have dad bod, dad face. Good thing I'm infertile. High five. Yeah. I'm just kidding. I have a son. And stupid runs in the family because this kid eats crayons the way I eat pussy, dipped in glue. What? High five. All right. I'm just kidding. My birthday, I'm 27 years old. My birthday was on 9/11. What? All right, let's keep it going, you guys. Happy New Year. Who here has a hot mom?
Me.
Yeah, I could tell. A little bit of wrinkles on me. Perfect. Sprinkles on top, baby. All right. Remember like when we were kids when we were so adorable? You know what I'm talking about? Like you always like go outside, you pick a flower, you bring it inside and say, "Mommy, you're the most beautiful woman in the whole wide world." Right? And that was like the most like adorable thing you could do as a child, right? It's weird as an adult. I can't go to my mom and I'll be like, Mom, you are the hottest piece of ass I've ever been seen. You are such a bad bitch, Mommy. God damn. Here's a pot plant I picked from the backyard. You know what I mean? My mom's hot, but I like my dad's personality more. Like my ideal woman is just like my mom, big titty Latina with my dad's personality. Right? I come home from work and she's like, Michael, do you want to get drunk and watch Ancient Aliens? And then you tell me you have a hemorrhoid and I put a finger in your ass because I'm a doctor? Ooh. That's my ideal hookup. So, I was talking to a Jewish friend of mine. This has context. It'll come in a little bit. I was talking to a Jewish friend of mine, and I was telling him, hey man, I think I might be bisexual. I've been watching too much gay porn lately. Right? As I feel like for a straight guy, you're allowed gay porn once a week. That's fine. Straight guys can have a dick as a treat once a week. That's fine. It's not a big deal. I'm so straight. It's not a little bit of cock. A little bit of cock's not a big deal. Right? And I'm like, but if you watch gay porn 5 times a week, that you're a little bit gay, right? And you know, and so my friend, the Jewish friend from Israel, he just goes, Michael, it's not a big deal. The Jewish people, we have this saying that in the dark, everything is a hole. And right, he tells me this, and I'm thinking to myself, how old is this saying? How long have the Jewish people been telling themselves, in the dark, everything is a hole? Is this a saying from the 1930s to 1945? Right? Like, where they're just going, hey, we're a little sleepy in this gas chamber orgy right now, but everything is a hole. Like 30 seconds left. The Greek people used to think that small dicks was a sign of big intelligence. And when it was like 8 degrees outside, I was like, I have to pee outside, but I don't want to go to jail. But then I was drunk, so I whipped my dick out anyway, and it was like really tiny, like extra tiny. And I'm like, no one's gonna see this. Me peeing. So my little dick may be extra smart, and I just peed in my own mouth. You know? So that's my time. It's been great. Good night.
Michael Albertson, everybody. Thank you for coming out. All right, let's have some poetry. Can we get, been here a few weeks, one of our favorites, can we get Mo David up here? Mo David coming back.
Hey everybody. Doing poetry after comedy is like a specific kind of hell. This is a piece of writing I did. Is anybody here from Chicago? You're Chicago? No? Okay, that's okay. This is a piece called 773. It's from my collection of Mo David's Blues. If you want to check it out, I'll be in love with you forever. For the Conductor by Mo David. Night has come, and I am so far gone. I've emptied my wallet at the bar and my stomach on the sidewalk. The colors are swirling, and my head is pounding, and now I sit on the train, a screeching spaceship on stilts, while we careen over trees. All the friends I made are missing. I fell in love at least 5 times tonight, but I guess all my suitors got Ubers. Now it's just us on this shit-stained magic carpet. My conductor, who but you will hold me into morning? We curve around a graveyard and the ghosts wake up to watch us. We are an ancient silver shooting star. We're throwing sparks down or making such a ruckus. I sit nicely because I'm too fucked up to sit another way. I love this view of my dandelion Zion. I love it up high over porches and parties. I love it so much, I wonder if I should get off this train and step in front of another one, just so the last thing I ever see are the mists of my city, and the last thing I ever feel is the sudden jolt that is the start of going home. Thank you so much.
Mo David. By his book, Mo David's Blues.
Está bonito, hermano.
Do you have copies of that?
I do indeed.
All right, see Mo David.
Yeah.
Buy the book. Let's do some more poetry. Can we get Burnett Johnson up to do some poetry for us, everybody?
called Softcore Poem. Every time I say I don't give a shit anymore, that's when I'm giving the most shits. What if I spend my whole life faking it but never make it? Can't wait. Can we fake our deaths and make it? Winter is for sad alcoholism and acceptance. Summer is for fun alcoholism. And I'm the silliest fool who ever lived. Paint the pain away. I can't support my nihilism habit anymore. I don't need to validate my existence tonight. My coffee is ready and cherry coke, and I live to see another day. This is the first real day. This is called Wasteland. Wandering in the wasteland, I met a man who never knew his father. We met in the wasteland, no water in sight. He said, "Spit in my mouth." Pain spreads in waves, who's to say where it lands? God hated Adam and Eve and himself. God was a snake. I saw the moon make us, the devil you know. I only know fight and fuck, a serrated knife cutting the roof of my mouth to sleep as a child. Around a corner, I can't see you but know you want to kill me. We passed each other in the dark basement hallway tonight. I couldn't see your eyes, Jesus Christ, I was terrified. I'm not against violence, it turns me on. Don't worry, I'll kill you eventually. Shut up. I was going to say the same to you. Obviously, doctor, you've never been a 13-year-old girl. A year of disassociation. I'm still here, in fact, I never left. Good grief, I must have the world off a bathroom counter. Don't come over, only fantasize. Don't conjure my face, every time I see myself I've changed. I don't need to exist in reality, to exist in reality. Thank you.
Bernadette Johnson, everybody. Fantastic. Do you have a book? Bernadette, do you have a book?
Not yet.
All right, we gotta get a book out for Bernadette Johnson. That was fantastic. Thank you so much. All right, let's get some music up. Can we get Crystal Jessup up? Once again, we got a 2-drink minimum. People want to come in, so people can get to the bar and just keep it hydrated, you know.
Hey, I wrote a new song that just finished today. I'm so excited to share it. But you know, you're supposed to wait for a good night of REM sleep to like solidify what you've memorized. But that's okay. I wrote 2 lines on my hand. So if I forget, whatever.
Okay, Jello.
I've been traveling the States for a couple months. This is the backstory of the song. I'm from Canada. And I was in LA, and I know it's really corny to write a song about LA, but someone at a show I was at said it never rains in LA. He's like rambling on. He's like, it never rains in LA, and I was like, I gotta write a song called that. So I did. It's called. So let's drive to California. We'll take your cold heart somewhere warmer. I forget the next line. Okay. You made it far, San Francisco. Said I'm going back, you got this on your own. It never rains in LA. never rains in LA. And I don't cry over heartbreak. How sweet the sight of clear sky night. It never rains in LA. How sweet the sound of desert ground. It never rains in LA. Did make those sweet notes very well. That's all right. Your poem, the line, God hates Adam and Eve and himself. I love that. I grew up super, super religious, and this song, I'm sorry if you're religious, but it's kind of a fuck you to my religious upbringing. So it's called Burn. You have known my whole life. How dare only a child fear fire and brimstone? Follow me home. You are loved and adored. What else could I afford? The cost was too much. Question your love. But I'd rather burn. I'd rather burn. Fools speaking in tongues, they dance and beat on their drums while kids scream and starve to the deaf ear of God. But I'd rather burn. I'd rather burn. I'd rather burn. It's the gospel of greed. Look at how my God loves me. All you sinners in hell. Oh, how that does suit me well. Well, 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 well. I'd rather burn. Three, two, one, get on your knees. Just look at how my God loves me. All you sinners in hell. Oh, how that does suit me well. Well, well, well. Well, 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 well. I'd rather burn. I'd rather burn.
Get dressed up, everybody. Christmas. Rockaway on Wednesday, you said?
Yeah.
All right. Go to the Rockaway Music Hall for Rockwood. Sorry, not Rockaway. Do not go to Rockaway.
Yeah, don't go there.
It's freezing. Unless you're into that snow on the beach thing. Like that Eternal Sunshine. No, that's my vibe. But. All right, let's have some more poetry. I saw this next poet at the monthly open mic a few weeks ago. Blew my mind. Phenomenal. Let's have Hannah Finney come up, everybody. Hannah Finney. Big round of applause. So people want to come in more, please come in.
I didn't know how much time I had. 5 minutes, okay, cool. You graduate college and unbelievably you want to be a nanny. Maybe it was your own nannies, whom you love so dearly. Maybe it was Mary Poppins and Maria in The Sound of Music. They both infiltrate a household with songs and magic tricks. They both are heroes by the end. They both were played by Julie Andrews. You ask Mary, who is herself a nanny, and she tells you, the only ones to worry about are young, hip, cool moms. The ones who ask about your crazy plans this weekend with a faux deviousness, or tell you how they used to be bad in their 20s. Mary tells you the young mother's smiles get tighter and tighter. Is it a thing, you ask, because they're afraid you'll seduce the husband? Don't flatter yourself, she says, and stop watching so much porn. You start working for a young, hip mom. She wears clogs and takes Pilates. She says baby daddy in the stunning interpolation of ebonics that wealthy white women employ. She has Aesop soap in the bathroom and Maldon salt in the kitchen. She talks easily and compliments your outfits. You remember what your friend said about young white moms. Her daughter likes you, thank God. She's cooler than most 4-year-olds you've met. She can play songs by the Zombies on piano and wears clothes that cost more than a cool little outfit. She tells you are funny. You think, my new best friend is 4. One day you are late to pick up the daughter. One day you forget to pack a snack. One day cool hip mom registers her perfume on you. One day you want to show her a photo of her daughter and your audio porn starts playing. You decided watching porn just makes you sad and you have a vivid imagination anyway. Young hip mom definitely hears it, the labored breathing of people fucking emanating from the phone of her child's caretaker. You scramble to turn it off but can still feel it between the both of you. One day her daughter says to her mom in front of you that she wants to go to art school, just like you. And it is the first time you realize her mom does not want her daughter to be like you. Tight smile. You imagine her thinking, how dare you? You think I pay this much a year for my daughter to go to art school? To have her get a BFA and fucking around and then spend her days looking after other people's kids? And you wonder what your own mother thinks of you. It occurs to you that you are not the victim. It occurs to you that she's the one enduring your presence. That she's letting a little creep with arguably a myriad of undiagnosed mental health issues come into her home daily. And yet her kids don't want you to go, and yet she continues to bankroll your pitiful tchotchkes, your nights you won't remember, your self-help books you'll never read. At a certain point, she stops asking you what crazy plans you have for the weekend. She doesn't comment on your outfits. You wonder how often she recalls the audio porn incident. She says you can go home early, the daughter bemoans you leaving. You look in cool mom's direction and feign feeling put upon, exaggerated rolling eyes. It's a bid for forgiveness. A bid to say, I know I'm beneath you. She looks at the floor. No tight smile. You're not friends. She says she'll pay you for the usual time. Thank you.
Hannah Finney, everybody. Great stuff, great poetry. Thank you for sharing. All right, we're going to have a little more comedy. Can we get Nancy Lombardo to come up? So, Nancy Lombardo, everybody.
That was lovely. I'm glad I've never had a nanny. Hi, thank you. It wasn't easy growing up Puerto Rican and Italian in New York City. Never knowing at any given moment when I'd have to chase myself out of my own neighborhood. I'm a jet, I'm a shark, I'm a jet, I'm a shark. I agree about therapy. Therapy's not for everybody. It's for people with money. Yes, yes. I once dreamed I was being chased through a doll's house by a white lobster that wore glitter and spoke with a French accent. Now what this meant, I'll never know. But I do know people would think I was crazy, and I didn't want to be labeling, because labeling is wrong. Unless you're an activity, and you can whip out a labeling gun and start tagging people like they do in Wild Kingdom. Wacko, loser, user-friendly. You know, the people in my office are a little too friendly, but not like my boss, who I consider to be a friend. But in an earthquake, I'd really be thinking, he's old, he's slow, I can beat him to the door jam. You know, LA's a jammed up situation. I have enough faults. I wouldn't purposely build my home over one, though one time I was naive enough to think generic food was for the elderly. It made sense to me at the time. Those big, easy-to-read black and white labels, tuna, spaghetti, dog food. Then a friend pointed out that generic and geriatric are two different words. And boy, did I feel foolish not to be confused with nuts, which can take on two different meanings when applied to the brain or mid-genitalia. But I think that connected because men do a lot of thinking from that area. What all this has to do with anything is nothing, except this is the way my mind works. Thank you. Yes, I do have, this is my new book, my second book. The other one's not poems, but this is called Musings by me. I am a comedian, writer, blog talk show host, cable show host, because I have a lot of time.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read some of these fun things for you from here, which I bookmarked with nice little pink Post-its I got for Christmas. Okay, this is called Ladies' Room. Eat this, don't eat that. You're too skinny, you're too fat. Please do something with your hair. Do you look at what you wear? What were you thinking, or were you not? Is it too cold, or is it too hot? Contradiction is so much fun. If I'm the joke, then you're the pun. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little bit crazy that way too. And so it's a compilation of things and interesting story. I started to find these poems when I was cleaning, and they're poems that I've written since I was 14, and then I combined it with new poems. And then I went and I said, the book's not finished. And as I was cleaning out my closet, in the back was a composition book. And the composition book said, "Ah" on the front of it, from 1983 to 1986 and 2023. Musings. All right, so it's predetermined there. Okay. All right, wait, okay. I don't like gnomes. In fact, I think they're scary. You never see a skinny gnome, only short ones, fat and hairy. Think about it. All right. This one is, okay, let's launch it as a song. I'm crazy, what are you looking at? I'm crazy, out of my mind and nuts. I'm crazy, just ask my analyst if you can find her. I'm crazy, I'm certifiable. I'm crazy, it's undeniable. I'm crazy, but not as crazy as you. Not psychotic, depressed, or paranoid. There are holes in my head, I'm just filling the void. I could go on singing, but that would be wrong. So for your own safety, let's all play along. I'm crazy, what are you looking at? I'm crazy, out of my mind and nuts. I'm crazy, but not as crazy as you. Thank you. Is that time? Oh, that's time. Thank you very much for your time. I'm Nancy Lombardo. My radio show is What's the Buzz in New York. My cable show is still serving the Nancy Lombardo Show. My book's on Amazon. Thank you.
Nancy Lombardo, everybody. Cable. What cable channel are you on?
I'm on 3 channels in Manhattan and worldwide on the internet. MNN.org.
All right, MNN, the Manhattan Neighborhood Network. Check it out. The Nancy Lombardo Show. Awesome. Nancy Lombardo. All right. Can we get Greta, the valued housewife, on, everybody?
Hey everybody! Happy New Year.
Happy New Year!
I made this book for today. It's got 4 poems in it. We'll see how this goes. Alright, I'll start. Okay, this one's called The Inquisitive Grave Robber. Roll away the tombstone when the bereaved have finished their grieving.
Then is your time for necromancy. Exhume, rearrange, the spiritual autopsy. Where is the soul? Who has the nerve? Alright, do people know who Tim McLean was and his killing? His Greyhound decapitation ring a bell to anybody? You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Yeah. Okay, alright. This poem is called The Killing of Tim McLean from Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Tim McLean got his brains ached aboard a Greyhound bus, sad place to leave your brains and eyes and part of your heart eaten. Clairvoyant, needing contact lenses, foresees blurry future. Intuition is when my gums bleed just before I wake up. I am at my most oracular when I am 1 foot in, 1 foot out of the hokey pokey circle, when I am one eye open and one eye closed. The heart is part of knowing, is knowing only some things, is knowing how glimpsy your vision is, that your pinhole camera does not shoot in CinemaScope. Peeping Tom on the future I saw, that loss is a necessary human experience, that grief is a necessary human emotion, that I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone when I buy a malfunctioning television, that my friend drops it while loading it into my car, that it is still broken, but still works. Okay, last poem. This one is fun, and it's great. I don't care what you all. Isn't it a treat? Impatient agitation tempered by the fear of applause karma. Hopeless hopefuls wait for a chance to be blinded by the light. Polyamorous, sapiosexual Jack and Dianes lurking barward and back, dizzy and drunk with medieval lust for unicorn horn. Comics of 2 varieties, the insecure and the too secure. And I can't hear shit because Brown Eyed Girl is playing full volume somewhere else in New York City and I'm rocking out astrally. Next time, I'll play Piano Man. Next time I'll break out the boss. Next time I'll read this poem because it kind of sounds like if Elvis Costello performed at a televised mental health benefit concert for the 20th anniversary of Elliott Smith's death. Fuck everybody sleeping on the subway tonight because we're singing Dolly Parton on the Uptown F into a Bluetooth karaoke microphone. You love this song. You know it. Thanks everybody.
Greta the Valiant Housewife, everybody! Getting your head cut off on a Greyhound bus. It's just not worth it. That's, oh, we got the landline.
Yes.
Hello. Tuba. That's fine. That's totally fine. God, it's the 20th century. Welcome to 2023. Landlines are in, everybody. Let's get Greta's friend Caitlin. Can we get Caitlin up to do some amazing poetry? Yes. Great poetry. Caitlin, everybody.
Whatever you're ready.
Use the podium.
Anybody wants to use a podium, please.
It's called a lecture.
That's why you don't use the podium, they don't take it serious.
I can handle 2, 3, 5.
Save that for OnlyFans.
Oh, good one.
Sexy sweethearty. Tonight's clusterfuck freight train running over the hard techno red lit antithesis of mud pie day. If you don't go ahead and tap on that guy's shoulder, I'll do it for you. And we both know you don't want that. Unless... JK, can I actually just get a Topo Chico heart seltzer? I'll Venmo y'all. Anyways, yeah, you should break up with your boyfriend, Chloe. He's
drunk fighting, big time slipping in the mud. It's not super attractive in this context. And you're an amazing DJ with great fashion sense. So I really don't understand why you let him take sips of your drink from behind the booth. Sometimes. Perched in the grass, waiting on the drugs. Why are you talking like the police? Why are you acting like you know me? Hit the sync button. And one more. How much time do I have?
5 minutes. So maybe.
Okay. Black Pillar's monologue. When I wake up tomorrow, I'm going online. I'm legit gonna talk to all my crazy as fuck friends around the freaking globe, see so many cool photos, and interact with my fave audiences. Everyone was so fun online back in the human era. Remember when you could write stuff whenever you wanted at night and the bots wouldn't show up all the time? Ha ha ha. Anyway, I'm super sorry about getting canceled again. It wasn't even my fault this time, seriously. However, I'll admit that I did post the secret ruin maps you told me not to, but I don't know, man, someone definitely pierced my belly button in the middle of the night, and I ended up being, like, imparted with a ton of ancient knowledge. As a result, so, I think I know more about American Girl dolls than you do. Thanks. And then, this is the last one I'll read. Blue curacao and warm celery sticks. Joy Bender. I'm clicking my heels. It's your fault you ushered me in and just expected me not to roll the freaking dice so hard that the mirror shattered. I heard the music louder than ever before. Major key, major bag, major scale. Push the feeling onto the next emotional B-side or rarity. I'm having an LA hallucination. JK, I'm having 4 walls of Adobe slabs and 2 boneless wing platters at Applebee's with my girls. Thank you.
Caitlin electing to use the lectern. Thank you, Greta, for the verbiage. If you want to use the podium, it's legendary. Seamus Haney fucking right here. And fucking John Keats. Shakespeare. Alright, this is very special what we've got coming up next. This is like a performance art epic. She's just got her zine in the hands of Eileen Miles. Bought the zine. Edmund Berrigan bought the zine. Buy the zine. Ashley Escobar. $5. We've got something very special planned. So talk to her. I've also got my zines, my open mic zines. I'll do a little ad for those in a second. We also have a special introduction, okay? This is like diva behavior, but Noah is going to do a little bit of a little introduction. He's short. Very short.
Hi, we're introducing Ashley. Ashley Escobar is the Ivy League 22-year-old that Matt Proctor wrote about in 1111 Palo Alto, directed by Julia Coppola, and he is our soccer coach.
We are not in the shop. We are in the bar. Please welcome Ashley.
Yeah, you can take it off.
That's a problem. I think there's improvisation there. I don't know. This is dedicated to Jonathan Richmond.
Need a better internet connection.
Yeah, bro. Come on.
This next song is for all the women in the audience.
Hey girls, do you hate men? Do you hate the world?
Yes.
Well, I'm deadpan delivery to your front door. We'll kick soccer balls against the house and talk to God. I hate being a figment of the internet. I stole all the pretzels from the party mix, but eat nothing but a folded Devilman's napkin and sensibility. I'm writing a mumblecore film, and a giraffe will play the lead. We shook hands and scrolled past the food, then checked Twitter for the daily news. I misunderstood your gluten intolerance. I dropped a selfie for the algorithm between the protest info and mutual aid. Is my Brandy Melville insured? I met a girl from Indiana who walks, but can't divine any meaning. I wash my face in an unguarded puddle. I drink shots for breakfast, but Whole Foods is more than 11 blocks away. Outside the window, I see my friends sleeping across Europe. I fed you a match, but you wouldn't take it. Jazz is cheaper than water these days. We listened to last year's songs in today's clothes. The mason jar exploded, but you can't see the coffee stain. Let's talk to seagulls and commit to the bit. I do this, I do that. I steal saltine crackers for lunch tomorrow. I document my milieu, but I don't want a digital cowboy blueprint. Who cares about slashes when you've got commas? I'm running away on the night train to Hudson. I see false cities and the mountaintops flickering for reason. I only brought an umbrella and it brought despair. I got so good at hide and seek, but no one wants to play. Maybe the child will play at the tea party with Luann Brown, Bennington alone. The kid next to me hands over an olive chocolate almond. It's sticky and wet. It must be Easter. I collect people. Monologues are cringe. My teeth chipped at night. I answered a civic prayer in my sleep. I was groomed to be a rock star. I met Thurston Moore in this very bar. That was our genesis. But I caught a dizzying disease and hitchhiked cross country against my friends' ill-advised wills. I am fighting fascists from my platform bed. Sometimes I need noise, although I get tired of everyone's voice. I was asked if I had a crush on a guy or was a junkie. Neither. I forgot that Joan Vollmer died when William Burroughs shot her. It's 2023, that's William Burroughs' favorite number. He thinks it's the perfect prime number, according to Patti Smith. I thought he just shot her. My life changed the day I learned Burroughs became a writer after killing her. Then I became a writer and stopped thinking about guns. No one wants to loiter with me. Maybe not Proctor. I'll befriend the no idling sign. Oh no, I shouldn't have turned on the jazz record. I screened my film next to the gummy sour frogs. My walking song came on while I was standing on the corner of 109th and Columbus, where Meredith and I fell into a portal, and the bodega guy showed me vomiting on screen, and I lost my Brandy Melville tote bag, R.I.P. The cashier thinks my life was stolen. It was only memory, and a $2 bill. Thank you. You can buy my zine here in the shop. It's $5. Eileen Miles, the Arrogants, and Vincent Katz, all of them.
With the guest introduction,
All right. Once again, Ashley Escobar, everybody. Thank you. And Jonathan. We had the assist from Jonathan Richmond. Come on in if there are people stuck outside, please. Let's try and keep a path to the barway. We're going to have some more music. Can we get Willow G to come up? Is Willow G still in the house? All right, let's get Willow G. Once again, we're here every Monday. We'll be back upstairs next Monday, everybody.
8 p.m. next week.
8 p.m. next week. This was a special early for the holidays. We're partying on Monday.
Moon is daughter of the earth, birthed from within the crust when earth was but a child herself. Violent torrent of molten rock and shifting magnetism. Beginnings are shadowy, product of unimaginable violence, earth's bodies violated by some ancient wandering rock, or perhaps it was a solar love story, an affair with a planet off course, instability of two infants, the attraction sophomore doomed to crash. Whatever the case, conception and birth happen at once. The clashing of two bodies create and expel the womb. A billion pieces removed from umbilical cords of magma and slag. Severance was an abortion. The tension between earth and moon, a mother and daughter who never touched but are cursed to remain in each other's gravity. Non-linearity of roots. They teach us to believe the linearity of roots. Plunge into packed soil one direction down, into dark. To be uprooted is to perish, so we hold tight to soil that binds, suffocating in one way of believing. But we are too real for these roots. Real roots writhe, explore delicate worlds of soft formed surface soil, prodding, vicious, thrust up concrete, entangling bodies slippery and elastic, meeting, pulsing with the fingers of fungi, also reaching, exchanging, creating. Come see them where they are. They may be turned tomorrow, sliding another path towards sun and water, unearthing ancient long-dead lives drawn up like marrow through straws, always and never not transforming something, drifting particles into giants, and ceaselessly reaching for stars. We are such roots. This one is called Memoir on Skylines. Meet me in the middle of air. Steps like mist draw magnetic trails that beg to be sought. We are a smoke dance. Heaven or earth doesn't owe us. Rejection lifts us upwards to the horizon, the only margin where we may escape damnation from gods. I appreciate the idea of Elysium, but prefer my body drifting in mythologies not yet explored. With steps like mist, trace mysteries that crave to be unearthed, skylines that suck us up and into memories.
Willow G, everybody. Thank you for sharing. Nice work. And can we get Christoph Jean? Christoph Jean still out there? For some comedy, here comes Christoph Jean, everybody.
Hey everybody, thanks for sticking around. Are you guys all going up later? All right. Big participation crowd, I like it. Doesn't matter. We'll try some jokes, right? Yeah? Let's see. I like in a conversation when you say something risky and the person doesn't hear you the first time. They're like, what? You're like, oh shit, I got a second chance. I was talking to my dad once, I was like, hey Pops, I think I'm bisexual. And he was like, what? I'm like, I bought a unicycle. My dad was like, that's gay. that sounds really fucking gay. It's great to be here, you guys. I don't know, dude. I've been writing a bunch of sex stuff. Yeah. You guys want to hear the story of when I lost my virginity?
Yes.
It's crazy. I put my penis inside of her. It's pretty good. That's good. And then she was like, that hurts, take it out. And I said, okay. And then she was like, put it in. And I was like, I'm soft. Let's go to bed. And then I went to sleep and I was like, pussy rules, dude. This is so sick. I'll tell all the boys about this one. Damn, shit, probably like 22 years for this one. So pussy rules. Yeah, I lost my virginity. I was pretty old. I was 21. Then I got herpes the next year. Just fucking, it's crazy. Yeah. Everyone was, I'm like, I liked getting it. You know? I just had sex without a condom, which is way better. And I would recommend you do that way. Anyway. But yeah, I got herpes, and it's pretty cool. I like it. It's good. I've been parking in handicap spots. You can't park there. And then I'm like, dude, would you like to see my penis? That's what I say. And then they leave me alone. You wouldn't believe it. I used to masturbate all the time. My mom caught me masturbating once when I was 16. I wish it were my dad. Because he has, and he's never talked about it. This is my dad. He's like, oh. And then he left. And then my mom caught me though, and she was like, "We should talk." You know, I was like, "Now's a good time." You know. She goes on the other side of the door, and she's like, "Were you? It's okay." So she goes, "It's okay. It's natural. It's good. It's good with me." I was like, "Ew, dude. I'm supposed to keep going?" Or? You know? I have a complex now. So every time I masturbate, I'm like, well, my mom likes this. My mom says this is good. It's good with my mom. I like to think about my mom. Yeah, so I got shame associated with masturbating. Anybody else here? Where my boys at? Oh, you said you do? Yeah. Really? I feel like I don't know, I feel like it's a boy thing. I feel like it's a boy thing. No? No. I can't imagine a lady. First of all, I don't know how that works. Alright? Woo, yeah. I don't get it. Wee. Also, how do ladies, okay. I'm just saying, I've seen what you need. You know? You need like a drawer. It looks like, you know, it's a gun, you know, it's like it's a lipstick case and a gun, and Japanese people massage themselves with this. And then you read a vampire book, and then you're like, that's just me. Anyway. Man, I could have done better at the end. I was riding a little high for a moment. Then I had to observe something about women. That's right, that's not true. I'm gonna write a fucking poem about it. Anyway, that's my time. Thank you.
First of all, Gene, everybody. Then we're going to have Evelyn Adler to do a little short song.
All right.
Shifting to podium.
Hi.
Lecture.
That was the
Okay,
best.
this is, can you hear me? I'm so short. This is from a novel that I'm working on. And in this section of the novel, this is divorce court on Zoom. And it really happens. And in this scene, the plaintiff, the husband, has been, his screen has been dark and everybody else's screen is on. So that's the only context you need. And also the lawyer of the plaintiff is named Handler, and the narrator, and Trudy calls him Jabba the Hutt. So just those are the little differences. Okay, Trudy said, "This is a waste of time." And Judge Saddle said, "I think this is really the end of our session because there is nothing getting accomplished." But Handler was undeterred. First of all, he began, and at that moment, he must have succeeded in his efforts to summon his client from Gehenna, because the black void which had been Trudy's husband's square gave way suddenly to the cluttered kitchen of a sabbatical sublet somewhere in Boston. First of all, Mrs. Lesnick is clearly incapable of buying out Mr. Lesnick. Anyone can see that, the hut was saying. But there was no chance Trudy could listen to him now because the artist formerly known as husband, in a square labeled Will Lesnick, runner's bandana still sopping sweat below his dyed blonde hair transplant hairs, had taken shape. And squinting in an effort to avoid revealing that she was looking at him at all, Trudy was astonished to realize that with one right, New Balanced, fresh-foamed, sneakered foot resting on one left knee, the alien incarnation of her previously husband was, with intense and passionate focus, actually eating cold cereal out of a massive serving bowl. He was hunched over a cramped kitchen table with his phone or laptop propped in front of him, presumably, frenetically shoveling spoonsful of cereal into his mouth with an oversized soup spoon. He was clearly determined to scoop up the largest amount of cereal that could fit on the spoon, even pushing some of it onto the spoon with his fingers before lifting the spoon and opening his mouth so wide it seemed he was unhinging his jaw, like a python in undertaking the mechanical engulfment of a wallaby with a broken leg. So we are all just spinning our wheels and going in circles and wasting our time, Handler was saying, as Your Honor pointed out so clearly. That's A. It seemed that no one else was noticing Trudy's still husband, an extremely hungry anthropoid engaged in some very focused feeding, with a tool he had fashioned no less, in his cluttered square enclosure. Trudy scanned the other squares, but not even the paper doll seemed interested in observing this savage-looking caged hominid with the unusual tufted yellow head, who would perhaps follow the feeding with an exhibition of grooming behaviors, or even a mating dance in front of a selection of love-desperate midlife women with their own tufted dyed heads. Certainly there was no way to add to the transcript that the plaintiff, in sweaty mismatched running clothes hanging loose on his emaciated frame, was wolfing down a bowl of Weetabix and Trader Joe's almond beverage in front of the judge. And B, Handler said, there is an order of January, $2,500, I believe, for Mrs. Lesnick having to pay my client per month for spousal support. That hasn't been paid since March. That was two craven lies. It had been paid. And it wasn't spousal support. Trudy had only agreed to paying equity advances to get that one out of the house in 2019. Trudy could not think clearly. She could not rip even one eye from her observation of the primate feeding frenzy taking place in the middle right-hand square of the screen. The net force towards looking received an extra push hard with the sudden thought that she could show someone else a record of this moment in time. Trudy leaned forward, one finger surreptitiously swiping its way across her phone screen, the phone still flat on the kitchen table, and then in a rush of forward motion, Trudy lifted her phone and pointed it at the screen and clicked the camera. But photographs were not allowed in court. Handler was saying, and see, Your Honor, is that... But Judge Saddle had seen the phone and perhaps even heard the faint click of the virtual shutter. She was so overcome with astonished rage that she lost the power of speech. What, are we taking a screen? For a moment, the judge's screen seemed frozen on her open mouth, but it was her actual face freezing in the actual office room visible in her square as she gasped for air. Trudy blushed wildly, and they stared open-mouthed at each other for a moment. But Handler had not registered what was happening, and the husband was still grunting his way through the last morsels of his cereal. Finally, the judge managed to say, "What are we taking a photo of, Miss Lesnick?" Trudy said weakly, I'm sorry, I was just making sure that I had a record that this happened. I apologize, I'm deleting, see, right now, She scrambled to tap and swipe across her phone screen, but her fingers were not working. It seemed that no one present was willing to acknowledge that the last breakfast was happening, let alone to judge if it were permissible to dine on a large bowl of Weetabix in court. No one present was willing to acknowledge the fact that the cereal eater was tilting the large bowl to fill the large spoon with the last large drops of almond milk, and failing to capture it, had lifted the entire bowl to his lips to try direct suction. Okay, Judge Saddle said. The pain in her eye was a bronze blade cutting letters into the bone above her eye. She squinted into her own square, trying to see what the letters spelled. You have to delete, first of all, you cannot record this, and you cannot take photos of this, and you cannot do anything of that nature. It is illegal. Trudy said quickly, okay, I'll delete the photo. I'm deleting it. I'm sorry, I apologize. So delete that picture now, Judge Saddle said, and I'm getting off, she added, though the idea had occurred to her only after she had spoken the words. If she could just leave this meeting and this grid of interminable square miseries, her brain might work again. She tried to raise her right finger to hit the X in the corner of her square, but her right hand did not seem to be working. So she used her left hand, declaring, "Thank you all," just as Honder's voice came, "So, Your Honor, where are we? Where are we? Where are..." But Saddle only repeated, "I'm leaving." And the next second, like a triumphant witch snapping her shawl in a swirl of smoke, she disappeared. Or maybe her square had imploded or dropped through a door in time. It was hard to say. But all that was left were the 4 remaining squares, one enclosing the expressionless court reporter, another Trudy's astonished face looking at her own astonishment as she realized she wanted to laugh, another constraining the rage bulging out of Jabba the Hutt's neck just south of the paper doll's feet, and just north of the paper doll's black markered hair, a square framing the yellow-crested hair transplant of the once man she had once married, once loved, in another life, another space, another dimension, nothing like this one, which disappeared as she clicked the little X and answered yes, 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 and her heart going mad. Yes, she said yes, yes, in answer to the red square that was asking her, did she really want to leave? Could she confirm her desire?
Evelyn Adler, everybody. Let's give a 5-minute time limit, a 2-drink minimum. Do we have Nikki Jacob? Let's just get Nikki Jacob up. Can we get Nikki Jacob?
Who has the backup music?
Right here.
What's that? You?
Yeah, what do you want?
I left my quintet at home, so I need that.
Yeah, of course.
These two asked me, they do poetry, I do singing, they do comedy, I don't know, I'm winging it. I do all of it, but I do it better at home, alone, without a mic in front of me. I have to get used to this thing. But that's what we're here for, right? Kidoke. Here we go. Here comes the poetry portion. Okay. The lights begin to flash. The energy continues, a pace lightning fast. Permission for privacy responded with a granted ask. Time to fill the night full of music and life. I'll walk outside into this magical moonlight. This feeling, this hug of warmth, easing the beating heart with another night filled with smiles to mark. Surrounding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Surrounded by the minded people, poets, dancers, artists, singers, and minglers, moments and memories, moments that linger. Sister Anne, with a table to share, pulled up a seat beside her. She sparked an awe-inspired stare. Youth never fleeting, as the heart continues a joyful beating.
Yeah.
My time is up now.
We'll have the quintet next time. Nikki Jacob, everybody. We have Indigo Phillips. Yeah. All right, let's get a big round of applause for Indigo Phillips, everybody.
Can you email it to me? Or?
I can do it.
SHO.
It's always beauty in the eye of the beer
at gmail.com.
I'm downloading backing track. I love backing tracks. Once again, we're back upstairs next week. If you want to find any of the performers, you can check out the Easy Paradise Instagram, and there will be, I don't know if I can do Google Drive. Can you just send it to me, or let's see if it works. Yeah, you can find the performers through the Easy Paradise Instagram. We tag everybody. Let's see. It's not loading. Let's see. Can we just play up? Can you connect to the Bluetooth? Alright, we got Bluetooth capabilities here also. Okay, thank you. I've got a Bluetooth speaker.
In case you need it. Don't laugh. Stop having I'm sorry. Yes. Oh. No, I don't think real amaretto. We have like cheaper.
Indigo facts, everybody.
Yeah.
Hey everyone, I'm Indigo Phillips. Woo! I just released my first project on Spotify. So please go listen to that. It's called California. There are 2 songs. One is called California. The other one is called The Things We Search For. And it's not loading.
I think it's probably just a track.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. Alright, anticipation, I'm going next while we sort out the technical difficulties.
Woo! Sorry about that. If you can email it to me, can you just email me the file? Yeah, just email me the file, and I should be able to play it. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. Can we get Jimmy Ong? Is Jimmy Ong still here? Let's get Jimmy Ong to do some comedy.
Hello. I swear, this is like the 3rd time I'm about to go to the bathroom at this mic and I get called it. I swear, it's like an envelope response. I get fucking paid now. Hello, everyone. Got my January pants on. You guys. The last week of December, it's brutal on your everyday jeans, no? It's probably the hardest on people's jeans. I bartend, and there's like a skill you develop when you when a beer is about to blow, it shoots out faster. And I can tell now when my jeans, my crotch blow is gonna happen. So, all right, you guys want just talking about jean problems, that's all, whatever. For Christmas, I saw Avatar. Does anyone? I was worried, because you guys look like you watch Godard films and shit. It's French New Wave, you guys say film, you don't say movies. I saw a movie, goddammit, it was awesome. Who saw it though? Was it no one? Okay, yes, raise the hand, yes. Did you see the 3D version? I saw the 4DX. Has anyone seen the 4D? Yes.
What?
Have you seen 4DX though?
Yes.
Does anyone know what the 4DX experience is like? Oh my god. Whatever I say, it won't prepare you for what the fucking 4D experience is. You literally get paid, you pay money. Oh my god, it's like a Universal Studio ride in a movie. Like the seat shakes, you get water sprayed in your face. And what's that?
Where can you see it?
At the Regal Cinema in Union Square. By the way, shout out to Regal Cinema because I don't like many things in life, but every year they send me a free small popcorn for my birthday, and that's like the one thing I look forward to. Alright, whatever. I fucking love small popcorn. See, that shit's expensive. No, you get sprayed in the face. I never thought I would sign up for that. Getting wet in a theater is not fun. Ladies, maybe you guys might argue with that, but whatever. But yeah, All right, you got the Bluetooth working there, Matt? It's a reception. It's the fucking walls, right? It's an old pre-war, right? Is that what they say? I've been looking at a lot of Zillow. I know words, fancy real estate lingo, right? There's got to be a book that you could hawk and make money and like make you sound like a real estate agent. All right, so what's everyone's favorite over-the-counter painkiller? You guys have one, I know you guys do. Robitussin? No, not Robitussin. There's one right answer. I'll say it's Advil. Advil is the best because it's got what I looked up, it's got a pharmaceutical glaze. And what it is, it's like the only sweet. Alright, maybe I'm having a problem that I'm just admitting now. But it's good. Don't buy the generic stuff. It's worth the extra couple bucks to taste that sweet. Alright. Alright, I'm Korean. And I'm an 80s kid. So fucking and I grew up in America. I was born and raised in Chicago, by the way. Shout out 773. My phone number is still 7. Alright, who cares about that? No, but like growing up, this was still at a time where people would ask you, like, they would compliment you that you spoke English well. I miss those days, to be honest. It's like the one thing I was good at. Speak English good, man. Alright, so that was like, it wasn't weird looking back on it now, but like people would ask you, like, oh, are you North or South Korean? That was like a thing if you were Korean, like they would ask you. And I'm from the South, probably. But but looking back on it, man, my dad ran the household like it was a North Korean labor camp, man. I asked, like, hey, what about some air conditioning? He's like, no, just go to the supermarket, dude. What are you doing? It was a great episode. Just rambling now. Thank you.
Yay.
Alright, one last thing before I get the hell out of here. I'm a fast eater. You guys eat fast? Yes.
Yes.
Single people, shout out right there. Because the best thing about being on a date is hot food, because you need to wait for it to cool down, because oh my god, I swear to you, like if it was at a Chipotle, I would not be seeing a second date, because that is single people food. You just hawk it like a goblin. Alright. You guys.
Happy New Year. It's just a mellow, we're all partied out. I know I am. I've been going 72 hours straight. I don't even sleep. We're going to get Indigo Phillips up here. We've got the technical shit figured out. So get ready.
Leaving the podium. Alright, hi everyone. Try this again. Okay, so this song is called The Things We Search For. It's just about the things that you search for in life, and when you have like an emptiness inside you and you try to fill it with something. So, yeah.
Is your phone still connected with Bluetooth?
Not anymore.
Oh shit. My shit.
Oh man.
You're sure your phone's not connected to it?
I just disconnected from it.
It's not connected. I'm sorry.
Can we play it like on
I
the
can play
mic?
my phone.
Okay.
Was it good running it?
Oh wait, this has a speaker.
I mean, yeah. Oh yeah, you're more than welcome to try. Here, use like try to connect to another thing. If it works, I don't know.
Here's a speaker.
Yeah, let's try this.
There's a reason I leave Miles in on that speaker.
What's your speaker? Okay.
Against all odds.
Oye,
Sing this song.
hermano, hay tacos por aquí. ¿Ah? Hay tacos. Tacos. ¿Cómo? Tacos. What good tacos? Hay unos tacos aquí. I have no idea where. Probably not.
I can't, it's automatic. I want to know why. I don't know. Record, I don't know if you want that or not. Yeah, I want to know why. Yeah, it's
I want rainbow lights, but like,
yes. I like that. You got it.
Oh. Oh.
No, it's like your best friend.
Nope.
I just connected to it. Remember Strawberry Shortcake? So she's the blueberry muffin.
Okay, we're back in business.
Don't touch it.
No, I haven't from the 90s.
Okay, guys, this is The Things We Search For by Indigo Phillips, which is me.
Me too. I started writing in that.
Something shining in the hourglass. We try to find it, but the moments pass. Enjoy a slice and have a blast. You think your best days are in your past, but don't lose yourself in the mirror cracks. But the sands of time are sinking in. Whoa. And to this day I'm running so far to you. And as the sun set on that bright one day, you turned and wondered to the winds talk politics, and the whispers hear them say, the change gon' come.
Sorry.
Is it a diamond in the hourglass? The more we dig it fades into the past. So we lay back, breathe in the ocean air, feel the breeze flowing through our hair. We spread our wings and close our eyes. Soon we take flight out from our minds, but the sands of time are sinking in. Oh, and to this day I'm running so far to you. And as the sunset on that bright warm day, you turned and wandered through the winds talk politics, and the whispers hear them say, the change gon' come. How are you, friend? Did you catch those stars? Hope you find that part that'll make you whole, you long lost troubled soul. And do you watch the clouds roll by? Do you see your loved ones cry? Hope you ride the winds each night, and each night I'll call out to you. Hey, hey,
And many winters will pass into spring. I can't believe the birds still sing, but with me now I'll bring our memories, our memories. Did you find it in the hourglass? Did you enjoy those days? They flew by fast. But damn, didn't we have a blast? I found the truth on that beach last May. It wasn't no diamond that day, just a quarter in its place. Go stream that song. It's everywhere. YouTube, Spotify, you name it. Title Indigo Phillips is my name. Thank you.
Indigo Phillips, everybody. That was beautiful. Sorry about the technical difficulties. We'll have that straightened out soon. Can we get Alexis Mundy up to do some hilarious comedy? Thanks for come on in. There's seats at the bar. There's some seats out here. We're having a great time. It's just chill and sort of a quiet appreciation, I think. But very funny. Alexis Mundy, everybody. Big round of applause.
What?
My name is Alexis Mundy. I live here in New York City. My emojis are martini glass, car crash, crying face. I'm in Alcoholics Anonymous.
I'll try to put you on.
Almost walked out my first AA meeting.
So I'm just trying
Everybody there was a beat.
Yeah, I just want to get a sense. I can't right, 30, so I'll lay down.
You know that show Intervention?
I
can't watch it anymore because I'm afraid it might be my episode. I'm actually in two 12-step programs, AA and CrossFit. Now instead of taking a drink, I do a pull-up. Guess how many DUIs I've had? CrossFit is a lot like alcoholism because my coworkers are sick of hearing about it. I'm always trying to get people to do it with me. Hey, what are you doing right now? Let's go out for burpees. CrossFit has a lot of slogans. AA has the Serenity Prayer. I go to both so often, sometimes I get them mixed up. God, grant me the serenity to have an extremely hot body, to accept that my mugshot was not retouched, and grant me the wisdom to hit the gym today so I don't hit a mailbox tonight. Amen. I joined CrossFit because I was looking for that supportive AA vibe, but with tires. Flipping tires was legally the closest I could get to drive-in. When I was a kid, my dad left my mom for another woman and married her. My stepmom loves reality TV. Her favorite show is The Affair. You may have seen her on Cheaters. She's a big fan of Extreme Makeover, Family Edition. What I'm saying is she's a whore. My friend just got a dog. Instead of a rescue, she got a puppy from some breeder who designed a zebra doodle for Anderson Cooper. She wanted a dog that was hypoallergenic and that matched her sofa. Hey, is that a lab? No, but he was made in one. I got a dog once. I went to the ASPCA and I brought home the first one that smelled my crotch. Same way I do it on Tinder. It's hard to find a good apartment in New York. At this point, I don't ask if there are mice, I ask, how many? Quick follow-up. Can I keep what I catch? Have they already been named? Are they female? Because I like to sync cycles. I got a great deal on a furnished apartment. Turns out it's a storage unit. There's only room for one chair, so if I have a dinner date, one of us has to sit on the toilet. If I make enchiladas,
both of us. There's only one outlet in the entire apartment. It's outside, down the hall. I had to make an extension cord out of power strips. Last time I used my vibrator, the internet went down. Dating in New York has totally changed my priorities. Like, if you have a doorman, I'll date you. If you have a dishwasher, I will marry you. And if you have an in-unit washer-dryer, I'll quit talking about CrossFit. My name's Alexis Mundy. Thank you all very much.
Alexis Mundy, very funny. We're gonna keep going with the comedy. Let's get Alberto Botero up here, everybody. Alberto Botero.
Sorry, I was trying to record it for my mom. Dude, how awesome is that this shit happens in New York? Thank you, dude, for doing this. This is the reason why I moved here. Like, you know, like, this is so fucking awesome. This and white women. So I am originally from Colombia. We're very well known for our maple syrup. And I'm not gonna talk too much about maple syrup tonight but if you wanna know anything, come and find me later. So I grew up in the 80s, like, and 90s, kind of like before white women invented gluten. And any 80s people, 80s, 90s people here, any older folks?
Yeah.
Like, you know, some, yes? Yeah. You, for sure. No, you just look wise. Anyone else? Do you guys remember when we used to fly on planes and they gave us like the plane crash actually thing? Before they got all funny and it was like the plane crash position. And they went like, in the event of a plane crash, when the fuck did they give up on that? They just fucking gave up. So, you know how, shit, I broke something. So you know how they say revenge should be served cold? It should be served at any temperature. It's fucking awesome. So this is a true story, actually, about you guys, the 80s, 90s people. You guys remember Guns N' Roses? So this is a fucking true story about my probably 20-something, almost 30-year-old beef with Axl Rose and how I got my fucking revenge. So, like in the 80s, 90s, me and some friends started this rinky-dinky production company, like concert production for like, you know, punk, like 20 people punk rock concerts. Like, you know, we didn't know what the fuck we were going to do. But Guns N' Roses was touring, and they were famous for like all these outrageous demands, like, I don't know, like pussy-scented M&Ms and like all this crazy shit. So we decided to send them a fax. And just to get the demands, like, because we could, and we send them a fucking fax like, hey, you wanna come to Colombia? We have maple syrup. We were fucking kidding. They fucking answered, and then we have this fucking huge like list of demands, like this fucking Bible book of like, fuck, what do we? And of course they were asking for a bunch of money, which obviously we didn't have. But we had a friend that was a wizard. Wizard is the word that we use for narcos, because you want a motorcycle, poof. You want a car, poof. You want a hippopotamus, poof. You want Guns N' Roses, poof. Because the only incantation the wizards don't know is the incantation to clean money. So they'll just put money on everything to clean it. And Wizard gave us the money, and it was just like, as soon as you give it back, motherfucker, we're happy, like, we get the money, they're coming. So there I am, 19 years old, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm in charge of like the production of the concert with like, we rented a fucking soccer stadium, police, permits, electricity, sound, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, I have a radio. Dudes arrive, Of course they proceed to lose their fucking mind on maple syrup, cover women on maple syrup, they lose their shit. They arrive to the concert 3 hours late, play for 30 minutes, Google this shit, and then they leave. It took 5 seconds, like a Colombian riot, like poof, everything is on fire, people are storming the stage, like throwing rocks. I'm like, fuck, I don't know how I did not shit on my pants, but I'm like, fuck, I'm responsible for this shit. So I'm fucking leaving. So I'm trying to escape, and then I'm close to the box office, and fuck the money. And I go, of course the box office with people left, but the money is there. I'm like, fuck. I took some garbage bags, put the money in garbage bags, and then I'm like, I'm out. And I'm walking, I walked out of the place, and I'm walking. At that point I actually shit on my pants. Walk out with the money, hid at a love motel for like 2 days, because we have a lot of love motels in Colombia, because everybody's either married, live with their parents, but we like to fuck a lot. So I hid on one of those, called the wizard, gave him his money back, which was fucking awkward, because obviously the money was not the whole amount. We don't have a word for awkward in Spanish, but we have a word for corpse. So I had to get the fuck out of the country, which is why I have a fucking beef with Axl Rose. Fast forward like 20-something years, I'm at CBGB's, old rock and roll bar. I go to the bathroom, I'm like all drunk, and there's like a concert. There are these 2 urinals, and I go, you know, just to pee, like, oh, and I'm like peeing. This is what the fuck sounded to me. I'm like peeing, and then I look next to me, and I'm like, fuck, strawberry blonde, bandana, kind of fat, and I'm peeing, like, oh, and I'm like, get startled, and I'm like, fuck, you're not so Rose. That was my revenge. Thank you.
That's an awesome story. Taking a piss next to Axl Rose. Doesn't get any more 80s than that. What?
On his shoes.
On his shoes. All right. Let's get Teresa Gelsomini, one of our favorites. Teresa G is going to come up. Big round of applause. That New Year, New Vibe 2023. Randy Zakoda.
Hey everyone, my name is Teresa Gelsomini, and I'm a 24-year-old artist. Woo! This first poem is one of the first ones that I read out loud when I started doing poetry. And I haven't read in like 3 weeks, and so I just kind of wanted to read it again, and then I did one. Am I supposed to know what I want, who I should be, relationship or not? I'm slowly killing myself in the in-between. Things feel wrong, things feel right. I could do this, I could do that, but if I do this, then there's that. And that's this. I end up doing neither or both. And that's that. And then this new one, so I grew up in a really Catholic family, and I'm on the younger end of the Catholic family. I'm one of 8. And so there were a lot of feelings and confusion mixed in with like a lot of spirituality. And so that's what this one's about. In my house, in the corner, this thinner strip, in the lower part of the L and the addition, across from the family desktop is the home shrine. An altar in the house, with statues, an old candle from a closed-down church, holy water, and a photo of my family. This has always been in my house. It's a staple, yet tucked away, boarded up next to piles of plastic containers with my dad's gadgets, hobbies left aside. It's a staple in the house, like a forgotten cousin of the oven. It's a relic, untouched now, and reminds me of my mom when she was more strict. I grew up with it, yet I was never introduced. And I wonder if as a kid I asked questions about it, or if it always felt removed. I wonder at which point it started to steep with shame, filled with anger at the clutter, at this thing that just existed. Not enough to know which saints lay on top, not enough to respect it, just enough to know that some people live without a home shrine, and I do not.
Teresa G, everybody. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Let's get some comedy. Ryan Rummel, are you all set? Let's get some 5 minutes, everybody.
Okay, yes.
The 2 drink minimum. Come on in. Tip the bartender.
Oh boy. Alright. You know, but it's going to be great when the claps die before someone blocks you from them. Alright, yep. Thank you, thank you. Indigo, that was amazing. Give it up for Indigo one more time. Just an embarrassment of talent in the room, as always, Matt. You did a great job. Did you go to St. Rosa Lima? Girl in the corner?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm Jewish.
I know. That's familiar. I had to go back to my grade school, and like all these memories came flooding back for a funeral. St. Rose, right? My aunt passed away. But I went there from kindergarten to 8th grade, and in that time, 3 priests were caught.
Sheesh.
They never got me, but I got yelled at. I got yelled at in the church because I went up into the balcony and I started taking a picture of the service. And this lady that worked at the church started yelling at me. She's like, "What are you doing up there?" And I came through the church, went through a back stairwell, and then came out. And she's like, "How do you know about all these places in the church?" And I was like, "Oh, I went to school here, and when you play hide and go seek with the priest, you better be good at it." Sorry. Came flooding back. I don't know why I thought that person was in my... That's not what I came here to do. I came here, it's, you guys all familiar with the Island of Misfit Toys?
Yeah.
The Rudolph claymation? All right.
Charlie in the box.
Yeah, that's right. I want to be a dentist, all right? Okay. So at the very end of the year, I do Island of Misfit jokes. So none of these jokes really have rhyme or any rhyme or reason. I just gotta flush them out of my joke book. So if you guys don't mind, I'm just gonna read them in any order. I'll give you a little background of categories or whatever. It's kind of, all right, we'll see. This just says time and date. So time and date, I don't know why, it's a fever dream of jokes, okay? Misfit, I love Misfit jokes, here we go. Time and date, for Gay Pride this year, I went to an EDM festival. I didn't really do it for Gay Pride, but it was more gay men than I've ever hung out with. And someone was like, "Well, what did you do for gay women during Pride Festival?" I went to a lot of national parks and I left them alone. All right. 2022, I went to my first cobbler. Just, that's it. 2022, this might have to do the year that homeless men and gay men were the same to me in 2022. You make eye contact with them, they're a lot more aggressive this year. This is labeled, oh, I got a head shake, I got a head shake. Well, go ahead. All right, we'll make it a little easier. This is animals. Manatee. It's 2022. What about woman-tee? Guys, it's the Island of Misfit jokes. We're just flushing them out here. Let them touch the mic one time, you know? I wrote a bunch of post heckles where I thought of a good comeback in the shower 3 weeks later. Sir, would you mind being a volunteer? Maybe I'll use a comedian to do this.
Hey.
No. So this is, someone heckled me throughout the year, but I didn't think of something. Sir, you look like you approach women in the mall to be teen models. He's a good sport. What's your favorite porn category? You look like the category where the guy can't get it up. One-liner. The other day, not this bar, but I was partying a little bit, and I dropped my cocaine in the toilet of the bar. Not this bar. I know you're all worried. It didn't happen here. I didn't know what to do, so I came up to the bartender and I said, I don't know who did it, but your toilet's flushing really fast. I think I took the wrong Viagra because my nipples have never been harder. You guys are a more one-liner crowd than my brain is like the computer. It's seen too much porn and it has no memory left. I stopped drinking in 2022, but since and I started again in February. I might do it this year too. And my buddy was like, "Hey, did you have a problem, or you were just trying to make a change?" And I was like, "Well, can it be both?" All right, last one we'll go. I got the hiccups the other day, but I was so depressed they were the hic downs. All right, thank you guys. I'm gonna miss those jokes. Thanks for letting them die a good death.
Ryan Rummel, out with the old, you got the index cards there.
What? Yeah.
The note cards.
Yeah.
It's analog, it's like 20th century. That's Office Max.
I bought the other ones.
Those are sweet. I think those are in for 2023. All right, can we get Lee Moore up to do some poetry for us? Some more poetry. Lee Moore, I guess.
So I had initially planned for this poem to be about surfing. I really love to surf. I wrote these poems on the beach in Tel Aviv in May. And I lasted about one line before the poem became about my ex-boyfriend's parents. You know, like you do. So I went with it. And then I started again, took the same first line and wrote a poem actually about surfing. So I'll read both of them. Starting the day with you was an absolute paradise vision. I rode Margaret's bike in the dark, shedding itself. I love Margaret's bike, and I'll never ride it again. Except if one day I drive by and knock on the door, and Margaret and John take me in and feed me Cheez-Its and Milanos, and we get high together for the very first time. But I don't want that. They never did. I just wanted them to love me. And they did, but I don't have them anymore. But I suppose love stays.
Yeah.
Right? Very quiet. It'll be louder. As a I'll sing for you guys in a minute. Okay, this is the one actually about surfing, as intended. Starting the day with you was an absolute paradise vision. The very kernel of the day, what a day means, in essence. I ride a bicycle to you and we go into the ocean, which has been there all the night while we were sleeping, while our breath and our hearts were keeping us alive, while our houses held us and they were breathing us too. Thank you. So I sang last week, and I think I'll sing again today.
Yeah.
I spoke last week about my great love for Tom Waits, so I will sing a song from Record Farm Affairs. Once all these people sit down and stop talking, it's titled Muriel. Yeah.